We didn't go through all this just because we want more money and better benefits. We went through all this because we know that the student's education matters. It's about quality education. It's about the research that makes advances in this country tick.
When we started negotiating, I don't think we had any idea it was going to be as drawn out as it was. I think the hard thing was that it had been so long since any of our members had experienced a really difficult contract negotiation that we had kind of forgotten what it meant to have to engage in a more public action for the campaign. And I think it took us some time to get there, but I think we did get there.
So at the beginning of the negotiation process, there were some faculty members who were ready to take extreme actions right away. But that was clearly a minority. The majority of faculty had not been paying close attention. They had grown accustomed, I think, over the last couple of bargaining cycles to things going pretty smoothly. And I think it was only when it became clear that that wouldn't happen this time that the majority of faculty started paying closer attention.
I began to get these emails about the really horrendous proposals. Draconian is an excellent name for them because they were killers.
We did some internal polling, and that internal polling was useful in determining where faculty stood on a range of possible actions. And that ranged from simple things like putting up a poster or passing out flyers all the way up to various work stoppages. We engaged AAUP members to make phone calls to colleagues in various departments, and I think that was effective.
First of all, people were sort of surprised about it. They don't get personal phone calls all that much. So the phone calls became rather a source of information as well as a call to go out and make our presence known.
We had those little posters and we'd have our picture taken next to them and what faculty thought about it. I did get feedback from students who liked it. The pictures got the students drawn in.
We took that around to the different colleges, and the students were able to see this. And I know at our college we displayed them in the hallway, and we stopped students and they talked about the posters, and you know, they kind of laughed at some of the creative comments.
We came up with this card, Santa All I Want for Christmas Is, and we had various fair contract messages on there. We had hundreds of faculty fill out these cards. These faculty that we are fighting for are people with real problems, and that's one of the things the cards really brought into focus. Now that was kind of the last lighthearted thing we did. From then on it had to get really serious because things were just not moving.
And then you had this day where nobody could get to campus. And I pull into the alumni parking lot, and there surrounding the entire alumni center are all these faculty members holding these signs with their faces plastered up against the windows. And someone said, "Here, I have an extra sign," and handed me a sign. And
while we're wasting time talking about things that are really common sense issues, we should be focusing more on what we can be doing for the students. And this is one of the things that's detracting from what the university could be doing for and with the students.
We tried to demonstrate to the board and to the administration that we are not satisfied with the current proposals for our contract. And I hope that we got the word across. I don't see how they could not see us and be impressed by what we did.
we had to wait until our membership was ready. And I think that our Twitter action showed that our membership is ready.
Faculty, students, staff, everybody tweeted about the contract. We were very ready to ramp it up to the next notch and really get more public, more antagonistic. And again, I don't know a person who didn't expect us to have to do that until everything fell in place that magic Saturday. When we got the call Disbelief, I think, was the first reaction of the Executive Council. We really couldn't believe it because the mood of that week had been so dark, expectations were so low. We do need to attract and retain the best talent because our students are worth it. This community is worth it to provide the best people we can to deliver education, to conduct research. The Third Century Plan recognizes that, but we have also seen in the past rhetoric not come to reality, and we will keep reminding the university of that in the following years.
Joining AAUP is critically important for a librarian, for a faculty member. If you can join, you should. AAUP does some amazing things for us.
I'd like to thank the whole faculty across all the colleges and all departments for everything they did. We couldn't have done it without them, but my special thanks goes out to those bargaining team members who didn't have to do it, but they stuck with it and they fought for their fellow faculty members and they were successful.